Florida hospitals reported this past week that they are down to roughly 48 hours worth of oxygen due to the severe amount of Florida residents hospitalized with COVID-19. Currently, there's more than 17,000 people in the state of Florida in hospitals suffering from COVID-19. On Thursday, we had our deadliest day in the pandemic, a little under 1,000 deaths just here in the state of Florida alone. And of course, a record new number of cases the day before, along with a record new number of hospitalizations. So at least 68 hospitals say they do not have enough oxygen. They can't keep enough oxygen in stock to support people for more than 48 hours due to the numbers they're seeing in their hospitals. The situation is so bad that in the Orange County area, Orlando, huge area of Florida here, they're telling residents to conserve water so that they're able to pull the oxygen out of water to send it to the hospitals. That's how low we are on friggin' oxygen. And yes, folks, all of this is 100% on the back of our Trump-loving Republican governor, Ron DeSantis. This is on him. He has presided over this state through the entirety of the pandemic, and he refuses to do anything to actually help slow the spread of this disease. This is all on him. Luckily, however, we are starting to see more and more school districts in the state. I think we're up to 10 counties that have now instituted mandatory masks for school children. DeSantis is still out there trying to punish the districts for this, but his threats mean nothing to these individuals. And again, just late this week, we had 2 new school districts say, we're joining in. We're making masks mandatory. We don't care about your little threats. Mostly because the Biden administration, education secretary came out and said, listen, we got your backs. If he pulls your funding, we're going to give it to you anyway. So there's really no threat. Please protect your children. And they're doing that. But now we're running out of oxygen. And I don't know if people realize this. If you've not had anybody close to you die from COVID and had a doctor explain to you what it does to your lungs, it, according to one doctor that I heard from recently, it crystallizes your lungs, hardens them, so that they're physically no longer able to work. That is obviously what is killing most people from this disease. The body simply cannot take in oxygen because your lungs are turning into what is essentially giant rocks. And that's what we're seeing happen across the state. It is a slow and painful way to die. And Ron DeSantis is more than happy to let his constituents suffer that terrible fate so that he can continue to pander to the minority in this state of anti-maskers and anti-vaxxers. That's what he is doing. Majority of people in this state, which includes, by the way, a majority of Republicans, are unhappy with his decisions. They do not want him to ban mask mandates. They do not want him to punish school districts, yet here he is continuing to do it, and his poll numbers are plummeting as a result of this. He is now losing by more points than the margin of error in the latest polls to both of his Democratic rivals for next year's re-election. Now, there's plenty of time. I'm sure those polls are going to change wildly. But he is fighting a losing battle, and I can't make sense of it at all. He's ruining his career. He's killing his own constituents. He's letting the state descend into hell because we don't even have enough oxygen. But his stubbornness, his arrogance, his ego refuses to allow him to admit that he got it wrong from the start. So what we're seeing right now is going to continue to happen. And eventually, we're going to hear of people dying in hospitals because they simply ran out of oxygen to give the COVID patients.